Hello everybody, my name is Nicola and I'm the Community Development Officer at Keep Northern Ireland Beautiful. And as Michael, John and Sinead have mentioned earlier, that we operate Clean Coast in Northern Ireland. We just have one staff member working on this programme throughout all of Ireland, or all of Northern Ireland, so I've been to each different beach doing lots of different cleanups and working with loads of amazing, brilliant groups. Okay. So this is basically just an overview that we operate the same programme, and just shows that we run Green Coast Award, the Clean Coast programme, and then we have our celebration event, which is equivalent to this, called our Coast Care Awards. Okay, and in Northern Ireland we have 5 Green Coast beaches, and as you're aware, these celebrate beaches that have excellent water quality and are kind of little rural hidden gems. And perhaps some of them, like Helens Bay and Newcastle, aren't blue flag standard yet, but they're on their way and they're great, and they have some great groups working in the areas. Okay. Then in Northern Ireland we have Clean Coast programme, but we also incorporate inland waterway. So we look after our river cares and our loch cares, and that's actually led to some really interesting cleanups. We had a cleanup one year on the 6 Mile Water River, where we found an unexploded bomb, and it was a mortar shell, and we had to get the police and bomb squad to come and evacuate the site and to get rid of it. But that didn't stop a few of the volunteers posing for photographs, and unfortunately I don't actually have one of them posing with the bomb, but it was quite interesting. Okay, you can see that the programme has been operating since 2008, and it's been supported by Coca-Cola since it began. And in 2014 we had over 208 groups that's active throughout Northern Ireland, and again it's also working on inland waterway and kind of coastal conservation and canal conservation as well. So we do try to reach a lot of different people. Okay, we have our beach cleans throughout the year. You'll see the snowy picture of the Mourne Mountains. That is actually a school group from Belfast who, part of their Duke of Edinburgh activities, have a mammoth cleanup of the Mourne Mountains right down to the sea. And it was a snowy December morning when we set out, and we cleaned from Murlock Beach right through to Newcastle, just walking along the coast. And there was also groups cleaning the Shimna River and different points along Kilkeel on the east coast of Northern Ireland. The more summary picture shows our Minister of the Environment, Mark H. Durkin. He is a great supporter of the work that Keep Northern Ireland Beautiful do, not only in the coastal programmes, but through our education, through our civic pride, and through our Live Here, Love Here movement, which is a bit of a community can-do campaign. So we're very pleased to have his support. He even does get his hands dirty in his nice suit and shiny shoes, but he comes out and does lend a hand in a few cleanups. This one was actually part of his team, the Marine Division from the Department of the Environment, who do a lot of research into just the different marine issues. And at a similar event that I run in October, we had a speaker talking about the issues of microplastics and microbeads, and we have information on that available on our website and the presentation that he did give. So if you want, you can check that out on keepnorthernIrelandBeautiful.org. Okay, but then here are some pictures of the fun that we have. These were mainly taken during the Clean Coast Week, which this year we operated at the same time as you guys down south. So it was between the 8th and the 17th of May. And we did try to coordinate a couple of cross-border cleanups happening at the same time. But despite the nice sunny pictures we have, there were a few days of bad weather, and unfortunately the weather called off our cross-border cleanup, but we are definitely on board to get more of these happening next year, and definitely with some of our groups up in the Derry area and down along the Carlingford Loch area. They're very keen to work with you guys, and I'm really happy, like at the end of this, to have a chat about any links that you think we could forge for our groups moving forward. Okay. We this year up in Newcastle, we hosted the Irish Open, and we have great support from Tourism Northern Ireland for our coastal programmes, and they got involved and wanted to have a golf themed cleanup ahead of the golf tournament. So we all donned our caps, and we had a few golf clubs out for a bit of fun on the beach that was along the side of the amazing golf course up there. I don't know if you really know who the smiley man in the heart picture is, but he is a bit of a local celebrity up north. He's called David Mead, and he's a mentalist, but he's very much involved in influential speaking, and he really got behind our Coast Guard campaign this year, and he presented at our Coast Guard Awards and talked about how by us all coming together to do one small thing individually, we can all make a really big difference. He talks about how most people want to be involved in what everybody else is doing. So by saying things like most people clean up, most people don't drop litter, that can influence others around us. So we all want to be part of that crowd who don't drop litter, and I'm not the individual who does. So he brought that out to our volunteers, and it was great to see some of the crowd engaging with his act and his tricks that he played. Okay. This was some of the artwork we got produced for our Coast Guard Awards, and this year we took the theme of awards and rewards. We know that volunteers give up a lot of their time, their free time, their weekends and their evenings to go out and do the work that many people don't. So every year we get people and bring them to Stormont. It's our head of Parliament, and we all come up to the Stormont building, and we have a nice day of celebration. So I've got some pictures just at the event with some of our really keen volunteers collecting their awards, just thanking them for the work that they have done. I'll point out the primary school at the bottom in particular. They are based in Portrush, just in the west Strand of Portrush, and they're called Strand Primary School, and every Friday the entire school puts down their pencils and leaves the classroom, and they go out to the beach and they carry out their coastal classroom. So they may do some learning, some numbers, some artwork, then they have a little bit of fun, enjoy the open space around them that is literally on their doorstep, and they would always end their sessions with a quick clean-up. And it just really emphasises to the children that they have this resource to them, and they need to keep it pristine and keep it just wonderful for future generations. Okay. This year, through the support that Coca-Cola provided us, we were able to offer 2 small grants to 2 groups. As we concentrate on coast and inland waterway, we decided to split the money towards them. So the top group is Northern Ireland Environment Support Team, and they are a group of 3 individuals who have all been out cleaning the beaches and cleaning the coast and different areas close to them individually, and thought we need to come together to do something a bit more collaborative. They've got some funding now to do things called what they are going to call extreme cleans. So it's kind of trying to engage with the younger people out there, some young adults and some colleges, to carry out cleanups in more hard to reach areas. So they're going to engage with kayakers, climbers, and get a bit of a media focus and something a bit different. So hopefully next year they're going to be filming their activities, and if any of you are available, you can come to my awards and see what their work has done. They will be profiling it on our Facebook pages and social media. And the second group is an established group called Inland Waterway Association Ireland. They work along the Newry and Portadown Canal, and they have been involved in restoring a lot of the gates and just the different areas and carrying out lots of different conservation activities. But one of their members had found a little pet project that she wanted some funding for, and it was to restore an area that has been used as a drinking den, but she wants to make it into a foraging garden along the canal. So she's got some funding for that, and we really can't wait to see the fruits of her labour next spring, whenever the plants should be settled in. And finally, use of a very established coastal photography programme. It is something that is quite fledgling in Northern Ireland, and we have been operating it now for 3 years, but we're really hopeful that through good links with Tourism Northern Ireland that our photography competition will not improve, but will grow. And here's the winning photograph that we had from last year. Thank you.